in the top row right away, you have Vivid and Cease, who have been putting on a clinic, kind of the long-standing veterans of the East. Coming out of Europe in that second week, kind of Dementos representing that group. In fact, Boom has been remarkably consistent as well. Again, Funk and Psalm, two names, veterans who have been able to get in, and it kind of speaks to the level of consistency. Again, Battle Royale being a competitive game, there's a lot of inherent RNG. There is randomness. You have to deal with finding the right loot and getting through. So then the fact that there are consistently, over and over again, these same top performers you're seeing up on the standings and qualifying for New York City, it's really impressive because these guys are able to so fantastically minimize the impact of RNG on them to allow for their skill to be expressed.
Yeah, man, for sure. Now, of course, the players are fantastic, but you guys, the Fortnite community, are as well. And we had something sent to us this week that was really, really special. It caught a lot of us off guard. The Sneaky Bros, they sent us some art of the Fort 9. That is all of the casters put together. And of course, you guys are using that hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We love when you guys do that. Of course, we love to ask you questions. We want to interact with you guys as well. I mean, look, Kuda here in the ER with torn Achilles tendon. Hopefully he's still able to play in the Fortnite World Cup quals today. I need shields and a med kit. Yeah, dedication. Dedication
indeed. And know that definitely hurts. Also, shout out, there's some great caps going on there now. You can see a lot of people also making their first appearance. Again, this is the last opportunity in terms of the solos. So if you haven't gotten there, your time has run out. But get up to the 300 points in the arena for your chance to play in the final duo competition in a week and a half.
That's right. And don't forget, I talked about the artwork. Boom! There it is. Sneaky Bro art, thank you guys again so much. It's stuff like this that really, you know, I'm gonna carefully choose my words because I don't want to cry. I'm a very emotional person, but this kind of stuff's incredible.
It really is, honestly. The Sneaky Bros in particular, they're a pair of twin brothers known in the Fortnite community. They do a bunch of the emotes for the guys who end up streaming on Twitch. Definitely go check them out. They do a ton of different artworks. They do giveaways as well, but they've been around kind of the Epic community as a whole for a long time. And this in particular, we're up here because of all of you guys, all the viewers, the fans, and the players. So when you do stuff like this for us, it genuinely does mean a lot. So thank you very much, Sneaky Brothers. You guys are indeed incredible.
There you go. All right, now let's move on. Before I start crying, I'm going to look this way so you can't see my face. Oceania standings, those happened overnight. Let's take a look. Volks, they're in that #1 spot with 102 points. Pretty impressive.
102, 74 elims. That's the kicker, because kind of Oceania last night, and it's typically known for a lot more of elimination-based gameplay, people feeling like you need to press the envelope because somebody else is going to be doing it, and sometimes the victory routes don't feel like they're enough. You can see Geese was right behind him, only 9 points off the pace, but had 2 more victory routes, so very impressive. But again, I really want to stress the fact, consistency. Volks has qualified for duo. Geese has literally been in the top 5, I think, every single final and semifinal. Slayo, the week 1 qualifier. You have Carrion, who has been there every single time. Radius, who has been up in the top 20 very consistently. 1 spot left in the solos competition. It's going to be all-out war tonight.
Well, let's also take a look at some of the replays that these players had coming out of Volks and some of the top players. I mean, you know, the gameplay speaks for itself. Let's just talk about this off the bat. 16 eliminations, by the way, over on Volks, just running through these players.
Yeah, one thing Volks is in particularly known for is getting a good run off the start. If Volks gets himself going, we talked to him in an interview, we saw him qualify. He's able to really just run himself through. And again, you see the heavy sniper enabling him in particular, allows him to push the pace. Now let's hop on over to the other region that finished. It's Asia. And again, we're gonna talk about consistency. Riddle's up on top with Lex QSS, Medusa right behind him, RZ just behind Riddle, Bob, Exuo, Aim Hero, Scarlet, all players we've seen before. Newbies Wenken rounding it out. I don't know those other 2 names. I apologize. I don't speak any Asiatic languages at all. But one thing to note here, again, pressure is on, and this is just the semifinals. Look how much this is. Whoop! This is 10 top to bottom, all of these guys are within 3 points of each other, and the spread on elims, like, you can tell the pressure is there. For some players, their solo World Cup journey is over. Some players didn't qualify into the Sunday, and some major players. So again, we talk about last chance opportunities and needing to capitalize. In a region where there is a singular spot up for grabs, it's about pushing the pace, playing as fast and as well as you possibly can, but not getting into your head, because at any moment, any slip up, any opportunity could mean somebody else in these matches will be able to capitalize. Like you can see, LexQSS here dropping on these players, putting really good work with that combat shotgun, making sure he's finishing out these fights and then chasing the player down. And even here, without the combat shotgun, using the uncommon tack and then staying on top of it, you can see he's right on the edge of the storm. And then rather than building back around to get the safe zone, he's just still trying to push walls. This is what we talk about. When there's one spot up for grabs, you feel like you have to push that pace. And when that elim put him into first place over the pack of all the other 83s, that could be the difference coming down to it. When every single interaction matters, when sometimes not even the interactions, what do you get after it, ends up mattering more. I mean, in the last week, it's going to get close.
It's going to come down to the wire for a lot of players. Now, we're getting ready to hop into Europe. First, though, let's take a look at the standings, see how players are doing right now in the moment, because keep in mind, this is going on live. Right now, Lowe's is sitting at the top, 52 points, but tied with Flexi, by the way, who is already qualified.
Yeah, you can see the Gambit duo who has full qualified, meaning they qualified both in the duos and in the solos. We've seen a decent amount out of Lowless as well, so the 52 pushing it up. But again, last week, last opportunity, 52, 48, and these guys have played anywhere between 8 and 4 matches down to ADN at the bottom, so might need to like push that up a little bit. But this is, if the semifinals are this close, I can't even imagine what tomorrow's going to be like.
Until finals day, we cannot stress enough, the last opportunity to try and punch your ticket to the World Cup Finals.
Hey, but for Europe, you got to get there, man. That solo scoreline has been like mid to like upper 50s, and with more players playing today, again, last week, it's only going to push up higher. You're probably going to look at like at least 60 minimum to even play for a chance tomorrow.
Competition will be fierce. Well, Fortnite fam, we know what you're ready for. That's to hop into games. Let's do this. All right, we need 2 casters. Let's get Courage JD and Kitty Plays up on deck to start the day. Guys,
play for the zone now. Lowless in that corner too, sitting on about 3 health, but we're going to come in and check on Bad Sniper. No eliminations yet, is camping on this baller, now deciding to make a little bit of a rotation.
Yeah, Bad Sniper, someone we've seen so many times in solos pop off in these games. Did have a little bit of a better job on Sunday a couple weeks prior. Right now, a more quiet game, but hey, when you got a baller, you just roll on around and let it do the job for you, as we're seeing right now. It's like Bad Sniper decides this is good enough for a moment, but no, one player lands nearby and says, whoa, 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 whoa. No, that wasn't part of my plan.
Yep, if he doesn't have to get out of the baller, he's not going to.
Right.
Now boxing up. Oh, does get a nice edit play onto a Rouse. Actually, no, he got it edited on.
Yep.
Took advantage of it, hit the shot. Bad Sniper picking up another elimination. He's got tons of shields to work with, and also that player dropped a rift as well. So it'll be.
And saving those precious, precious materials with only 34 builds in total. Basically freed up that entire rotation. And at this point, Frost is basically saying, hey, I'm sitting here down to 19 builds. I got to find some sort of elimination right now.
Yep, he has no more movement items either. No more shadow bombs. That was his last one. Sitting on 37 points. He'd love to walk out of this with a victory royale. Player right below him, though, you see he places that cone just so that floor isn't getting taken out and he's getting surprised. But he knows there's an opponent near him and it's time to make a move and hopefully pick up those resources from them.
The push begins. Frost building on out. Now down to just 13 builds, 8 players remaining in total. Still playing right on the back edge of this zone. And actually
quickly cones himself off.
Very fast.
Nobody notices it.
I actually thought that he got coned by an enemy. Falls for a brief moment. Will be able to grab some mats. Only 14 builds though, as that player also has no materials.
Look how quickly he just burned through them, building this one by one. 5 more walls available to him. 6 players left in the lobby. He does go to pick up that redeploy. I'm not sure if that was an auto pickup.
I will say I like that the final build here is a pyramid. because uses the final build as a pyramid, can edit through it and just use it to stay alive a little bit longer. Dropping down behind players, Frost trying to find elimination outside the zone, does get one, so with the plus 50
resources.
HP, goes right back up to 190 health. Yes, still no resources picked up. Has a player down here. Possible. The player now beginning to make moves to drop on down. Frost challenging, no builds left, and there it is. Remember what I said about not bad sniper? Well, guess what? Turns the game to a 2-elimination victory royale. And when I said he was playing for placement, I meant it. That's how you do it. A 12-point game right there.
Yep, great awareness on his part, dropping down, staying in that zone, making sure he's not too high on the high ground because he was about to have his platform taken out and gets that victory royale. Great job. Oh, this shot. Wow.
Wow, this is something special.
Oh, I didn't even know they had license plates. Thank you, observers. Really something special. Add some points.
I just got the chills.
Is that extra points for chills?
Oh my God, I love the whole production team here is fantastic. Except for Alex, everyone else is good people. Back to the game. Top 32 right now. Nays on your screen just got their first elimination of the game.
Oh, and they got that flint knot. Be interesting to see how they decide to use it, if they will.
If they edit this pyramid, you'll see a player just on the other side. Oh, it hasn't spotted them yet.
Yeah, we are getting into the first moving zone, so maybe just opting to take their time, not go on the aggressive play, but he does have that grenade launcher, which he decides to exhaust. You never know what you're going to pick up.
Yeah.
Might as well just, throw those out. See if you can get a quick elimination. Isn't able to find one though. Now hops in their ballers, still has that rift in their inventory. So lots of movement available for Nays moving into these final zones. But we got a bit of an engagement here on the hill. Hippu, Darker, Hoda, and now Pike also jumping in.
Ooh, Hippu using Gultupa. Very popular rare skin.
Ooh.
As that's about as easy as it can get. The use of the rocket, drop down the opponent before they can build on up. That combat shotgun, the great use, putting out consistent damage. And you saw right there just how fast a couple shots can be fired. Interesting inventory right now. Hippu drops what was an epic assault rifle for an uncommon heavy assault rifle, which I would just never expect anyone to do.
I think it's just player preference at this point. Yeah. Hippu does like that better, so we'll see if he's able to convert with it. Only has one rocket available, so Dontex finds himself in a bit of a situation. You got to be so careful when you're having these walls shut out. You just totally get targeted by everybody. But Stompy, we've seen a lot of him over the course of these weekends. Oh, and I love his skin combo right now. Yeah,
Stompy is right now fighting for the title of potentially the best player and most consistent player in Europe, alongside his duo partner. You see the edit being held right now, just trying to peek on through another pyramid play, and just how fast you can go back and forth and swap between the two.
Yep.
Continually holding this edit. Top 25, so 3 points earned there. And still so many shields left. The redeploy too. It's an all rare weapon inventory with the assault rifle as well as the combat shotgun. Zone moving. Will it be a redeploy time? It looks like Stompy's got one idea in mind, Kitty, and that's eliminate anyone behind. And this is the perfect time to challenge for high ground. The player just gave it up.
Sorry, yeah, challenge. That was not much of a challenge.
The player just gave it up.
Here you go, Stompy. I've prepared high ground for you. Please come on by.
Okay, I'm scared now. Bye. That's literally what the player just did. Okay.
I mean, if I saw Stompy in my lobby, I'd be scared too. He is so consistent. Our co-caster Pookie actually has told us that she's putting all of her money on Stompy winning this event.
Wow. Okay. Pookie Face going all in on Stompy.
All in on Stompy.
I'll say this. I think it's definitely a pretty safe bet with what we've seen so far. Of anyone you could pick, him and his teammate are just absolutely nuts. I want to say, I always forget how to pronounce. Tashinkin?
Tashinkin.
Tashinkin?
Shinkin. Yeah.
I probably butchered it either way. Stompy though.
We had a conversation about it last weekend when you weren't here, but it is Shinkin.
With how good they're doing, I need to learn it for World Cup finals. For some reason, I thought Stompy didn't have redeploy. I don't know why. But Stompy.
Oh, and I love that play, finding a new mid-ground where he is going to have ultimate high ground. He is getting challenged right now. Does do a little bit of a mess up with his builds there, but does ultimately end up taking the high. Another play, dropping down, goes for the trap play, isn't able to secure it. Oh my gosh, this player jumping into all of his 1x1s. Renshiro does go down. Stompy needs to find another siphon to top up his health. Has lots of shield though.
Yeah, Stompy chilling right now on the high ground, using wood, trying to make sure to spare these materials best as possible. Swaps on over to brick now as the wood has been exhausted. Finally, 49 builds left, all metal, and that's about as easy as it can get. Stompy was down to 140 HP, now up to 190 after that limit, and again resets where the high ground is. You can see, like, trying to calculate the exact height to go for it. Wow.
And that awareness of fighting that player there, too.
And look at the mats. Look at the mats now.
Wow.
All the way back.
That player had not built yet.
Yeah, top 7, now top 6. Stompy has shown off why he knows exactly what he can get away with. Now connects to the opposite high ground, can turn and just shoot down on opponents who have the Storm pushing their back. Looks like the Storm actually did just update, which will force Stompy to reposition just a little bit, but right now it's looking like Stompy's got all the tools needed to win this game.
Yep, and you see him, this is just typical Stompy play, having the Storm at his back as he moves forward. This is like his clinic. This is what he does best. He does see the rift go off, does decide to take an even higher point. You did see him slowly making his way down as the players were eliminated, but now getting some really clean shots onto Flows, does end up taking him out. Another player did dive all the way down. They're not quite in a 1v1 engagement, but you see right now, he knows there's 2 players left. No need for him to have such a high position, and you see it makes his way down, does pick up that elimination onto Darker. It's now a 1v1 situation. Clean edit, maintaining high ground. Naze on that ultimate low. Stompy looking for any opportunity. Naze going for the edit play, but Stompy has this position on him. Can't break through that wall. Finds the final shot onto Naze. 12 eliminations.
And that just looks so easy for Stompy right there.
It looked like it could have been a pub.
The victory. We literally watched Stompy get the freest high ground of probably his entire career, and then doesn't lose it for the entire end game. From 35 left to 1, Stompy just put on a showing right there on why he's one of the top players in the world.
And he was contested a few times too, and we saw just the way that he understands high ground, able to take it back every single time.
And what you notice is Stompy's not afraid to take a couple Storm ticks. He's so confident in his ability to win the next fight that if he takes a couple Storm ticks and it helps him get the high ground, he'll just get another elim to get his health back and be fine.
Ain't no thing for Stompy. Checking in now with X8FN. We've got just under an hour left for the European region. All of these players hoping to get in that top 3,000 spot to be able to qualify for tomorrow. We've got 8 spots. This is the final weekend of solos, so all of these players' last chance to punch their ticket for solos will be tomorrow. And a lot of pressure on these guys. I think a lot of these players, really expected this to be easier than it has been.
Kitty, if there's one piece of advice you'd give for any of these players on their final week of solos competition, what would it be?
I just love the idea of you have to go into every single lobby believing that you are as good or if not better than every other player in that lobby.